lovely beading people! How are you today? Today I'm going to show you how to make this holly earrings. At the end of this video I explained that you can also make this in cute variations, and I hope that you will like this. This is very easy to make, and I made it as easy as possible so that beginners also can follow it. You do not need many materials for this. You will see in a materials list, and let's start. So the materials you will need. You will need a set of flat nose pliers, and these are just to hook your ear hooks and ring. You will need some green seed beads in 11/0, so 11/0 green seed beads and 11/0 brown seed beads. I'm using a frosted coating on my seed beads, on the green seed beads, because I like that look, but you can also just make them shiny. You will need a pair of ear hooks. You will need a pair of rings, and I'm using 7mm rings. And you will need 6 4mm red beads. And I'm just using glass beads. You can also use plastic beads, just what you have, as long as there are 4mm. I'm using this thread, and this is just my actually my practice thread, but I'm just using normal thread. You can also use fire line if you like it. And I will advise something to cut your thread with. And you will need one size 12 or size 10 beading needle. Now let's start. Start by threading your needle with about 1 arm span of your thread of choice. And now we're going to pick up 6 green 11/0 seed beads. We're going to slide them down, and we're going to make a knot. I'm just going to make a knot 3 times. You can also make it 2 times depending on how thick your thread is. Just make it sure that it is secure, because you don't want it to come apart. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You're going to take your needle and you're going up through the first 2 seed beads and pull. This is to step away from the knot. Now we're going to pick up 10 green seed beads. Like this. And then we're going through the same bead in the opposite direction and pull. And then we're going through the next 2 beads, so the next 2 seed beads. Make sure that your loop is not twisted so that it lays flat. Again, pick up 10 seed beads, so 10 green seed beads. Keep slipping off my needle. Let's see, 5 and 10, yes. And then we're going through the same seed bead in the opposite direction. So we're just going to make a loop basically in the seed bead. And pull. And now we're going through the next 2 seed beads and pull. So just like we did before. And we're going to pick up 10 seed beads again. Sorry for the noise, that's my computer. He needs to cool down himself. Slide them down and go through the same seed bead again like we did before in the opposite direction. Now we made the start for our petals in this way. Now we're going to step up through the next seed bead like this and pull. And then we're going up through the first seed bead of the row of 10. So we're going through the first seed bead of the first row we added and pull. Then we're going to pick up 1 green seed bead. We're going to skip the next seed bead and we're going through the next seed bead. So that would be the third seed bead. And pull. Again, pick up one seed bead and skip the next seed bead and go through the next seed bead and pull. Pick up one seed bead. And now we're not going to skip a seed bead, but we're going to place it directly in the middle of the middle two seed beads. So we're not going to skip the next one, we're going through the next one. And pull. Pick up another seed bead. And these are all green seed beads because we're going to use the brown ones just at the last part. We're going to skip the next seed bead and we're going through the next seed bead and pull. So we're going to mirror the other side. We're going to pick up one seed bead. We're going to skip the next seed bead and we're going through the next seed bead and pull. Like this. And now we're going through the seed bead, so not the middle seed bead where this petal is added, but we're going through the next seed bead to step up to the next row. And pull. Like this. And now we're going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to show you this one more time again and then you're going to do the last petal yourself. So we're going through the first seed bead of the petal. So that's the first of the row of 10. Well, actually it's number 10 because we made a loop backwards, but the first of the row of 10. We're going to pick up one green seed bead. We're going to skip the next seed bead and we're going through the next seed bead and pull. We're going to pick up one seed bead. We're going to skip the next seed bead and we're going through the next seed bead and pull. We're going to pick up one green seed bead and we're going to place this one in the middle two seed beads. So we're not going to skip a seed bead, but we're going through the next seed bead and pull. We're going to pick up another seed bead. We're going to skip the next seed bead because we're going to mirror the other side now. So we're going to skip the next seed bead and then through the next seed bead after that and pull. And then again we're going to pick up one seed bead. We're going to skip the next seed bead and we're going through the next seed bead and pull. And then we're going through the middle seed bead that is in between the two petals. So not this seed bead where the petal is attached, but the next seed bead. So towards the next petal. Yes. And pull. And now you're going to do this one more time again. So I'm going to just explain and then you can do this yourself. So you're going through the first seed bead of the petal. You're going to pick up a seed bead, skip one seed bead, go through the next seed bead, pick up one seed bead, skip one seed bead and go through the next seed bead. Place a seed bead in between the middle two, so you're not going to skip a seed bead there. Then you're going to pick up one seed bead, skip the next seed bead and go through the next seed bead. And you're going to do that one more time again. And then you're just going through the middle seed bead that goes through the next petal. So I'm going to do that now and then I'm coming back to you. Okay, as you can see now I added my last petal. And I'm going to pick up one seed bead. So I'm just coming out of the seed bead we would end in. So I'm coming out of the seed bead in between the two petals and I'm going to pick up one seed bead and I'm going to skip the middle seed bead that holds the petal and I'm going through the next seed bead that is in between the petals and pull. I'm going to pick up another seed bead. I'm going to turn my work around and I'm going to skip the middle seed bead again and I'm going through the seed bead that is in the middle of the two petals. So just skip one and go through the next one. to explain it the easiest. And then we're going to do this one more time again. So we're going to skip the middle seed bead and going through the next seed bead and pull like this. And then we're stepping up through the first seed bead we added. And then we're going to pick up one 4mm bead and I'm going through the next seed bead and pull. And then again I'm going to pick up one 4mm and I'm going through the next seed bead and pull. And once again I'm going to pick up one 4mm and I'm going through the next seed bead like this. And now we're going to reinforce this, so I'm going through all the beads again because we want to make this as secure as possible. So I'm just going through the 4mm and through all the seed beads we just added. In this way it stays together very well and it looks just a little bit more tight. Of course, if you have green thread, I would totally advise you to use green thread because in that way you will not see the thread so much. And I'm just using white because this is just my practice thread. Now when you look at it, you're just going to see if you think it's secure enough. And if you think it is secure enough, you can stop. We're going to end in a seed bead. It all depends on what thread you have, so you really have to eyeball it for yourself if you think it is secure enough or not. Now we're going to end in one seed bead, so we're going through, and we're going to move the petals out of the way for you. We're going through that middle seed bead, so the next middle seed bead that is in between the petals. So I hope you can see that, and pull. And what we're basically going to do now, we're going to just reach the top, so the top seed bead of the petal. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going through the seed beads just on the side, so the first two seed beads, and pull. And then I'm just going through the seed beads up. I'm not taking the side seed beads, so the points of the holly, I'm not going to take that one with me, and I'm just going to reach the top. So just going through the seed beads like this. And now I'm going to pick up 6 brown seed beads like this, and I'm going to go through the same seed bead in the opposite direction and pull. Now I'm going up 2 of those seed beads, so I'm going through 2 brown seed beads and pull. So we're going to make my basic loop but a little bit different. And I'm going to go through the next 2 seed beads. I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead again, and I'm going through the next 2 seed beads and through the middle seed bead that we started this from and pull. Now rearrange your beads a little bit. And now you can see that we have kind of a square loop that is not totally square. And I'm going through the beads again. So I'm going through all the beads again. Like this. And of course you can also make another loop, or maybe you like to make a whole branch. You can of course like make a big brown branch on this with little little leaves or something on it. It is just depending on what you like. Okay, now this is secure, and now I'm going to end in the loop because that makes it easier that we do not have to go through all the beadwork again. So I'm going through the next 2 seed beads and pull, and I'm going to make a loop at this point. So I'm going to do that under the thread bridge. I'm going to stick my needle underneath the 2 beads, so in between the 2 beads. I'm going to pull. In that way there will be a loop in my thread, and I'm going to pull, or I'm going to put my needle in that loop and then pull. And in that way I'm making a knot, and I'm going to do that 2 times. This has nothing to hold, so you don't have to worry this to break or something, because like really this is so lightweighted that you will not have any breakage in that way. And then I'm going through all the other beads. So I'm going to the middle bead, or sorry, the side bead, and then through the next 2 seed beads and the middle bead again. So I'm just going through all the seed beads until I reach the middle green seed bead again, and that will be this one, like that. Cool. And now I'm just going to cut my thread. Okay, I've cut my thread, and now we're ready to attach our loop. So I'm going to open my loop, and I'm going to hook it on the part where we made the branch. I'm going to hook on my earring, so my ear hook, and there you have your earring. So I'm going to take the other one now. Now, as you can see, we have here a pair of holly earrings. These are very easy to make. You can totally vary a lot with these, because what you can do is you can make them multi-stranded, so you can also make like 3 and then hang them, but you can also just use them like this and then just make cute little earrings. You can even make stud earrings with these. So what you could do is you could leave the branch part off, and then you could place before we add the red beads, you can place a stud in the middle, but I advise that you take something that you put like something green on the top of the pin, because you don't want the silver or the gold or whatever color you have to shine through. So you could totally make studs of that, so you, please hide the stud with something green, because you don't want the silver to shine through. And then you could just leave off the branch and make them like this. So it's just what you like. Well, that was it. I hope that you liked this tutorial. Please give me a thumbs up if you like. Subscribe to my channel. Please follow me on Facebook if you like it. And I will see you next time. Bye. Have a nice day.